Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching today and welcome to my little overview park here in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the new stuff coming to the Camp Cretaceous DLC that's launching today in about 2 hours. Thank you so much to Frontier for giving me early access to this pack so I can get in, take a look, and we can go over everything that you will be seeing. Now, this is going to be the first of a few videos coming out this morning. This video, we're going to go over the 8 new dinosaur skins and the 2 new variants coming to the game, and then there will be separate videos on both the Scorpius Rex as well as the Monolophosaurus. So keep an eye out for those coming to the channel very, very soon, within the next 15 minutes or so. But we're going to get started. So the first thing that we're going to go over, you can see I have them kind of all prepared, and I thought I would start out with the Carnivores. So starting out with the Baryonyx, we're going to go ahead and release 3 of them. This first one is going to be, let me just go ahead and hit release here. This first one's going to be Grim, and of course we also have Limbo and Chaos. So this one's going to be Grim. There you go, and we'll just move on very quickly to the next 2 and then we'll kind of talk about them. So that one right there being Limbo, and the very, very last one being Chaos. We'll go ahead and start by taking a look at Chaos. Some very kind of monotoned coloration. I mean, it does have darker back going lighter to the belly, but what I think is really cool is the kind of blue behind his eyes. Blue slash green, I guess, kind of aqua there. Very true to the show, right? They do look pretty good in comparison to their movie show partners there, or counterparts. This one was the first one we released. This one is Grim. Am I right? Let me bring this up just so I make sure that I am not. Yeah, so this is Grim right here. Gonna be a little bit more green, a little bit more mottled in the coloration here, like splotchy on the sides, whereas I felt like the other one, oh, I guess not. When you go into the sun and you look at it, a little bit more of a solid patch on the leg though, but yeah, dark brown to kind of light brown on the bottom, whereas this one over here is going to be a little bit more green. He kind of looks like he's covered in algae. And then finally, whoops, don't want to skip him, this one being Chaos, correct? No, Limbo, I'm sorry. This one being Limbo, same kind of pattern there, but more reddish in tone. Reddish with like the lighter underbelly there with a little bit of coloration behind the eyes. So yeah, that is going to be our Baryonyx trio. We're going to move on then and take a look at the next one. We're going to take a look at the Carnotaurus here, the Toro Skin. So let me go ahead and, you know what? No, we'll just leave these guys in. I was going to get them out, but we'll just release our Carnotaurus and hopefully we don't get any fights. So this guy here might just be my favorite Carnotaurus skin, above all of the other ones, to be honest. I think this one looks fantastic with all the patterning down the side, the kind of lighter stripe down the back there. Absolutely love this one. Now, if you do look at pictures from the actual show, Toro does have like a big scar on his side, so this Carnotaurus does not have that. But as far as coloration goes, I think it looks great. I do. I just loved kind of the red and like there's a lot going on with this one as far as the pattern all over the place, but I do love this kind of dorsal lighter stripe down the back here. So yeah. Oh, you're gonna sit for us. What a good dinosaur. Sit down for us, let us admire. But yeah, he's got a lighter belly, lighter on the bottom jaw here, darker on the top jaw. Really strong contrast between the top jaw and the bottom jaw. Really cool. Very, very cool looking. So yeah, that's gonna be Toro. And then let me see, we have one more carnivore, which is going to be, of course, Big Eatie. So let's go ahead and take a look at Big Eatie. Right as a fight broke out between those two, and we got that nice dramatic exit for Big Eatie. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like this is more of the patterning of Little Eatie. I feel like, because Big Eatie was the mom, right? And Little Eatie was the baby. I feel like Big Eatie was more brown and kind of just monotone colored, whereas Little Eatie had this kind of tiger striping pattern and this blue kind of hue to her. Goodness, you're loud. But nonetheless, regardless of which Eatie it is, this skin looks phenomenal, I think. I love the striping down the back, and I love the coloration kind of drops into these big black feet, like really solid colored, shiny feet. I think it looks great. Are you gonna go in the shade? I need you to stay in the sun. You look so much better in the sun. Please stay in the sun. There you go. Nope, we're gonna go back. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, this is gonna be what's called Big Eatie, and of course when you go to modify the genome, you just click on the top, the coloration there, and it's gonna be one of the last options. It'll be labeled as Big Eatie. You are not able to pick a pattern for that. It's gonna be just the single color, and this is what it comes out as. But yeah, I think it looks great. So I am now going to get rid of all of our carnivores here because we're going to release the herbivores, and those guys I really don't want to get eaten before we have a chance to look at them. So I'm just going to go ahead and tranquilize and get rid of everybody that we just looked at, and then I'll be right back and we'll take a look at our herbivores. All right, so now that we have an herbivore safe environment, let's go ahead and release, honestly, my personal favorite is Bumpy, although I think it would have been a lot better if we got a baby Bumpy version, but that's okay. This is going to be Bumpy's skin color on the Ankylosaurus. Love that exit animation. How cute! So here we have Bumpy. So just like in the show, we've got this blue kind of aqua on the back that goes down to the brownish kind of reddish on the bottom. The horns on either side of the head, so one is longer than the other, just like Bumpy has in the show. I think it looks great. I think it looks awesome. So this again is just going to be a new skin variant for your Ankylosauruses. So you can either set them all to look like this, or when you put it to random, some of them might come out looking like this. But you can see, yeah, it's big Bumpy. It's adult Bumpy. So I think it looks great walking around. But like I said, one of the things that I would have loved to have had would have been a baby Bumpy version. I don't think there's anybody that hasn't watched or that has watched Camp Cretaceous that doesn't instantly fall in love with baby Bumpy, right? She's just the best. She's just awesome. So there is Bumpy. Now moving over to here, I'm not going to release the paras yet because we're actually going to change it to nighttime. So these are the last 2 of the 8 skins that we need to release, but I'm going to go ahead and release our 2 variants first. So the first one being the Kentosaurus, and this is going to be just like Pierce in the show. So I'll go ahead and release him. we go. We have Pierce with the wonderful little spikes on either side, and I'm pretty sure, you know what, let me actually do this now. Let's release a normal looking Kentosaurus, and that way we can compare. Let me make sure that it's not Pierce anymore. We'll just go, we'll do this and then we'll do that. Great, just 2 random colors. That way it's just not Pierce, because that's what I don't want, because we don't want the same one of both. We'll release one more and we'll just take a look, because I think there might be a difference on those spikes on either side of its shoulders. But let's go ahead and release and see. Yes, so Pierce's spikes are up further. I'll let this guy come out. Yeah, so his spikes, and he's much bigger. So you guys can tell the difference between how small and how massive Pierce is. And you can see these spikes are kind of more up on the shoulders of Pierce, whereas over here, they're behind the shoulders a little bit. And let me see, is there any difference? I think there might be difference in the plates as well. Pierce has some pretty big, yeah, just big plates, especially these 2 middle ones. I mean, he also is a much bigger dinosaur, but yeah, definitely differences between those 2. But I love his colors, you know, this kind of light goes into reddish kind of tones. Of course, the spikes down the tail, and yeah, I think he looks really good. But yeah, that's going to be Pierce. Pierce in comparison to a normal Kentosaurus. And then what I think wins maybe the award for most improved. Those of you that are familiar with this guy will know that some of the original textures and patterns, you know what, let me just release it and we'll talk about it. All right, so yeah, this one has a much improved texture here. We actually have some bumps and lines on the body that give this guy some of the texture it was missing in some of the old variants, or the original variants. The original variants, some of them, all of them, some of them, at least the ones that I've seen in game and on socials and everything, have a very like plasticky, almost rubbery look to them. So I think this is a great improvement upon the original. But yeah, so we've got that skin texture and then this pattern that goes down the back. Love it. And then a little bit of coloration on the face. This little bill here, the green and the blue. I think it's a really pretty looking dinosaur. Again, just the difference in texture, the improvement there just sells it for me. Absolutely love it. But yeah, so that's going to be the second variant. So the Ouranosaurus, is that how you say that one? Ouranosaurus and Kentosaurus both got one new variant added to them. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our Sandbox settings. We're going to change the time of the day to nighttime and hit apply. That way we can take a look at our brand new bioluminescent paras. So let's go ahead and release these guys. There are 2 variants, so this is going to be the first one. Cool are these guys? Let me go ahead and release the second variant, the second coloration real quick. Not normally one that plays at night, But these guys are fantastic. So slight differences between the two. One is going to be a little bit more blue on the head here. The other one's going to be a little bit more purple/pink, but exact same kind of patterning on both of them, just slightly different on the coloration. You can see a little bit more pink here, a little bit lighter, whiter, brighter, whatever you want to call it there. A little bit of blue on the head and a little bit of pink on the head. That's kind of the main differences and how I can tell them apart. But I think they look phenomenal. All glowy. Really, really cool. I love the reflection off the water is great of the colors. The bioluminescence is really cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm not normally one that plays at night, but this might convince me to make a habitat and show these guys off at night, because what I will do is we'll switch back to, let's go to our Sandbox settings and go back to daytime, and I'll show you, they look rather plain in the day. You can see here they still have the pattern on them, so you can see where the bioluminescence is going to be, but just some very plain patterning, very neutral colors, right? You can't really tell that they're going to be glowy just by this. So they do look cool during the day, but clearly the showstopper is when they're at night or during nighttime, right? So that is going to be those guys, and that is going to be the entirety of the video. That is all 8 brand new skins coming with the DLC, as well as the 2 variants. Again, if you are interested in seeing the Scorpius Rex as well as the Monolophosaurus, I have 2 individual videos coming out on those guys. They should be releasing one in the next 15 minutes and then another one in the next 30 minutes or so from when this video goes live. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the new Camp Cretaceous pack. Are you going to be picking it up? Are you going to be passing? Are there things that you wish you would have seen that we didn't get to see, or are you completely satisfied? Let me know all of that down below in the comments. Of course, leaving a like on the video really does help me out. I greatly do appreciate it. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button if you are interested in seeing any future content on Jurassic World Evolution 2. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!